Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading. It is a Monday, and miraculously I am actually using the Mystic Mondays Tarot on a Monday. Something weird, something strange in the air for this to be happening. And what is happening is a joint 40th birthday bash. And I'm using the Mystic Mondays Tarot because they're very glossy and glitzy and shiny. And there is sort of a disco ball on the back of the cards with an all-seeing eye. So public eye is on the proceedings. The joint birthday party that the Queen is apparently hosting at Buckingham Palace for William and Catherine, their 40th, their combined 40th. Catherine's was not celebrated in a big way, and it is coming. I'm not sure when exactly. I should imagine pretty soon, but because summer is upon us, and whoops, cards flying all over the place. So the big question is, will the two from Montecito be there? Will they be invited? Have they been invited? Will they be there? I can recall a few months ago reading somewhere that they weren't going. I can't remember if it was they were not invited or whether it was they had declined the invitation. But it was hard to track down that information now, although a lot of people I can see, because I've been going and looking around likely places, and a lot of people are saying they can vaguely remember the same thing, that it was big news. Whether it was William said absolutely not inviting Harry, or what it was. But let's have a look. Harkles seem to be floating little puff pieces out about being invited to the party. And will they or won't they RSVP? Will they or won't they put on some more Dior outfits? I'm sure there's some left in the cupboard, and set off. But of course no cameras will be rolling in the ballroom at Buckingham Palace, where the party, I assume, will be held. So is it worth their while? And you can see a 7-card reading laid out with the Mystic Mondays Tarot. I will explain the cards as I go along. We have the Sun at the heart of this reading. In my pre-shuffle, I got the 3 of Cups and the Devil. So just by the way, for those of you who know tarot, the 3 of Cups is literally the party card, and the Devil is the you-know-who card. She's kind of showing up again here as the Sun. Because it's a Leo card, the Sun, and it's about attention. It's about hogging the limelight, being in the spotlight. It's about fun, though. It is a party card. The Sun is the happy card of the tarot deck. Trying to see if you can see it. Yes, you can. So if we take the Meghan Markle energy away from this card, which we can quite easily do, it's a celebration card, the Sun. We're in high summer now, and it is the card of high summer. We are celebrating, we are shining a light on a couple, but actually primarily the female party of the couple in this card. Although the Sun usually has quite a masculine energy. And we're shining a light on 2 people who have done very, very well for the royal family, who are the future of the royal family. And they are the ones in the limelight. They are the ones being celebrated. So we're getting that energy as the underlying energy of celebration and limelight and fun and happiness and joy, basically. So central energy, I want to signify for this situation, this tension of have they been invited, will they go, energy around this birthday party. And we get the King of Wands, and that is a PR card. That is playing media games. It's upright, so it's not entirely negative, but it is about publicity, it's about leadership, it's about who you want to be there. I get an underlying energy. In both cards I get an underlying hardcore energy, but the dominant energy I get of these cards is actually the Cambridges. We've already seen Catherine, very beautiful depiction of her there. A very powerful depiction, because the Sun is actually mostly about your own core energy, your own power that you harness and you manifest. And there we have William as this leader, the King of Wands. he is the one who is in the driving seat now in deciding what goes on in his life and what goes on pretty much in many aspects of the royal family. I'm not getting that as Harry energy. I'm getting possibly underlying it some manifestation going on, some manipulation of the media, some PR going on behind the scenes from the Harkle side of things. But I'm getting William in absolute control here. The King of Wands is the leader, the very dynamic, creative, enthusiastic, energized leader who's in his power. We've got two fire signs here. We've got two very powerful people. Neither of them, Catherine and William, are not fire signs, but they've stepped up into a very powerful leadership role. You can see how these cards actually complement each other energetically. It's quite interesting, the depictions of them, the colors, everything, how they complement each other. And yeah, it's all about him, and it's all about his decisions and what he wants. So a powerful positive energy for the Cambridges. Let's see what's going on the Harkle side of things here. These are Harkle cards at the top here. Harry first. Does Harry want to go? Does he want to go to this party? And I get the Chariot in reverse. No. Absolutely not. I think if he wanted to go, he couldn't go anyway. It's the travel card, the Chariot. It's ambition, really purpose and drive and what you want in life. And it is in reverse. That Chariot has stopped. That car is that's fallen. That little funny little flying car, it really has stopped it in its tracks. It's not going to make the distance. He's not going to get there. He's been thwarted, whatever ambitions he's had to be involved, to be there, to share the limelight. Stopped, absolutely. He's been stopped by the King of Wands. We'll check that, but certainly he has fallen. His ambition has caused him in some sense to fall from grace. And but it is journeys that don't happen. The Chariot in reverse, major arcana, journeys that simply don't happen. It's the wheel spinning, the car off the tracks, in the ditch, on its roof, passengers climbing out, smoke from the engine, and oh dear, what just happened, and who was driving, and whoever has driven this Harkle's Chariot has driven them off the road into a ditch, quite clearly. Meghan, does Meghan want to go? Does she need to be there? Does she want to be there? Death. Oh, what a terrible card to come out. Death is, of course, not literal death, although there are comments that she has allegedly made in the past, and of course, disclaimer in the box below, allegedly made about just being one helicopter crash away from the throne. Charming comment to make, particularly when it involves her niece and nephews. Let's get that right. But the Death card is, of course, about change, is about letting go of something that is toxic and doesn't serve you anymore, and moving on from situation. She is stuck, though. Two cards of being stuck have come out for the Harkles. The Death card in reverse is is in a stagnant energy, not being able to change, not being able to let go of something, a grievance, a grudge, a negative situation, something that doesn't serve you, and to move on from it. She's kind of fixated on this. It's telling me, this Death card in reverse, she's fixated on her grievances, her wounds, her losses, the things that she might have had, the glory that could have been hers. And she's not easily going to let go of this idea of we should have been there, we should have been invited, we should have been sharing the birthday party. It should have been a joint 40th birthday party for all of us. Never mind that hers isn't 40 yet, and some people say that Meghan is well past 40. Her father says, of course, she is the age that she claims to be. Daddy's supporting his little girl through thick and thin. But anyway, so two cards of stuckness, negativity, and not progressing, not moving, not shifting for the Harkles. So it's telling me that if they wanted to go, they simply can't go. So let's see how the Cambridges feel about this. How does William feel? Has there been an invitation sent out to them? Queen of Pentacles. No. And this card is coming up for me quite a lot with William. And it is a Catherine card, and it's a Catherine card in reverse. The Queen of Pentacles, Earth sign woman. It is the fact that his wife has been disrespected and exposed to lies in that Oprah interview, terrible lies, defamatory lies, really. that she was helpless and because she's too good, she's too decent, she's too honourable, wouldn't be able to defend herself, couldn't defend herself against those allegations of making Meghan Markle cry. And William is not going to forget this. He's not going to let it go. He is not going to forgive Harry for hurting his wife like this. And so no, as far as William is concerned, they are not welcome. They don't deserve to be there because of what they did to Catherine. How does Catherine feel? Is she trying to mend bridges, make peace? Absolutely not. Princess of Pentacles, she doesn't want them there either. And that's the Page of Pentacles. That is a message that could be an invitation if the card was in the upright. It's because pages, princesses in this Mystic Mondays Tarot are about messages, invitations, communications, those kinds of things. Come to our party. It's in the reverse. There has been no communication. There has been no invitation. There has been no message. You are not welcome. What did Princess Charlotte say? You're not coming. You're not coming. Very clear from these cards. So let's just check finally if the Harkles ever were invited. Were they invited? No. Big no. From the universe, the Wheel of Fortune, no. That is about luck and about timing and about good fortune and everything going your way and being in with the in crowd and going to the big house, going to the ballroom. Cinderella finally getting invited to the ball. They were not invited to the ball because the Wheel of Fortune is in reverse, and so it's a bit redundant, but let's just check. Will they be going? And it's quite interesting because we've got the Hermit in reverse. And the Hermit in reverse, you can read as somebody coming out of seclusion after a long time of being absent, being missing, suddenly returning, coming back into circulation, coming back wiser, better, knowing themselves better, knowing their way, knowing their path, knowing their truth better. After a time of a quiet time of self-examination, self-exploration. But I'm taking the Hermit in reverse. After saying all of that, I'm taking the Hermit in reverse as being Prince Harry, and Prince Harry in disgrace, and Prince Harry actually retreating even more into more of more alienation with the royal family, further and further away, slipping further and further away from them. They don't want him. William doesn't want him. Catherine doesn't want him. She didn't reach out the olive branch, no olive branch at all. William doesn't want them. They are in their power. This is about them. This is celebrating them. Harry's ambition has caused him to come unstuck. Meghan is stuck in her resentment, in her fury, in her rage, in her desire for vengeance, and worse with regard to those people. But universe has stopped them. It's the Wheel of Fortune. It's a karma, universal action, and has said, no, you're not going. And Harry is going to slink away. He's going to disappear even more from their lives and more into his own miserable, wretched existence that he has carved for himself in Montecito. So that's that reading. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.